What's up? What's up, guys? And so I was reading and working on a book yesterday, and hopefully it'll be published soon. But it's about forgiveness. It's about how to forgive people when pain speaks in your life, all that stuff. And I was working on a segment that basically talked about putting off the old, right? And so the Bible talks about put off the old, put on the new, right? And we think putting off the old is the old actions, but putting off the old is actually stop agreeing with the old lies, right? And start agreeing with the new truth, right? Because the old you is dead, right? And the new you is a new creation, right? You've been born again. Born again. People who are born do not have a past, right? It no longer, your past doesn't have permission to speak into your life. And so the old, like, hey, we're all sinners, right, statement is an identity statement of your old self, right? It doesn't mean you're not capable of sinning, right, or immune to falling short, right, or missing the mark. It just means it's no longer a part of your identity. You're no longer stained. You've been washed and purified by the blood of Christ and presented holy, blameless, and faultless, right, declared righteous, and all this other really good stuff that the New Testament talks about. And that's the real you. That was the you were always meant to be from the very beginning. It's how God created you to be. And we kind of treat like our sinful nature like it's a part of us, because to the extent of like you can't get rid of it. But then Colossians 3 says, put to death all the things of your earthly or worldly nature, right? Why would you need to put it to death? Well, because your old you is dead. It's no longer your nature, right? It's a nature you were never made for. It was something that was introduced, but you weren't created for. And so Christ pays a ridiculous price, not just to forgive you, but to give you a new nature that you get to share in. That's in 2 Peter. It says we get to share in the divine nature to escape the corruption that's in the world because of evil desire. It's like you get to escape that? Yeah. But the whole like I am a sinner thing as an identity is like saying like you can't escape it. But the Bible says the exact opposite. It says you can escape this, right? You weren't made for this. It's like when God talked to Cain when he was before he killed Abel, it was like, hey, sin is knocking at the door, right? But you must rule over it. And you're like, you can rule over it. Even before Christ, God was saying this stuff. And now in Romans 6, we're dead to sin, freed from it, no longer a slave to it, and it's been rendered powerless over us, right? We don't live by sight. We don't live by the actions that we do or the actions other people do or our past and what we've done. We live by faith. We live by a faith of strong belief and trust that we are, in fact, a new creation. And from that place, you naturally start living different. Hope that makes sense. All right, love you.